CompuBox Academy crowd, and they are vocal here tonight. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson. Looking forward to this one, Todd.
He pissed me off yesterday, bro. I ain't even gonna care, bro.
Up against them, the Myth from Peru.
It was a dumb argument.
So now let's go into the ring for the...
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
This is going to be that fight. This is what people are going to be talking about forever and a day.
No doubt about it. This was...
Yeah, they good, I think.
Have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Didn't land that jab. Caution is being thrown to the wind. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. One punch could change any. Hold it right there. This could be the end. And the Myth has been knocked down.
What?
I don't know. I gotta take another look at that.
What a shot.
Straight, bro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So weak. Are you serious?
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
I need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The corner and now stand for them doing their job. Get through the rounds, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
This fight has a real good flow to it. That counter-punch caught him. Oh, my word, Canelo just got clipped. How is this fight still continuing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. So it's plan B time after being knocked out. And there's the bell for round 2. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
Jab slightly off target.
What's up, man? Last round.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move. You hit and you don't get hit.
These are my kind of fights, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Beautiful counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Can't score with that jab. You don't want to trade shots. Catch and shoot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punching. What a punch. This is a high-octane battle.
Yeah, he's right there.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music. On to the third. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. Punch, counter punch. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Just misses with that left uppercut. Good counter punch. There's a counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
It could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Uppercut does not score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. They'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork, that great hand spin, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. One punch could change everything in this battle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
There's the bell for round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? They missed with the jab. Counter lands. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain.
Nice exchanges for both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above them, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't find a home for that jab. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. Both men step back for just a moment. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Jab doesn't find a home. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in the... Hold that thought! We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell. Here's the bell to start round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight. Your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to top you off.
See a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Missed him with an uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, just got to be smart in a minute. You've got to be like a little faggot or pickpocket them.
Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Trying to land that jab. much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. A straight right just misses. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like...
This is the beginning of round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him up. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not clear. Be sharp.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they doing? I'm telling them, look, it's the corner. How are they going to get through this?
Well done with that counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. The jab doesn't quite connect. Those counter punches have to hurt. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it. So we enter the final 10 seconds here.
Oh, shit, you did.
Display.
Bro, I was worried about that knockdown.
You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is gonna be. We just saw.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
On the poppy soon.
Great work. I love that. I love that. The jab slick. Just keep him on the...
Here we go. It's round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle, man. He's got a bluff.
Got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the guess.
Caution being thrown to the wind. With this fighter is has he punched himself out? This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when they've got in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Look at them ghost punches. You're not even near me.
Nah, I ate that punch to throw an uppercut.
Yeah, you was eating them, but shit, you not even near me, and you know, you getting hit with shit.
Had some ghost punches too.
Stamina is off the charts. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Every time. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
I've got his... 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Come on.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. 2 knockdowns in the last round.
There's always a way back, don't ever run anybody off.
Much better than this guy. You're much better. He's not a great round.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Both men step back for just a moment. What an upset!
Oh,
Goes
wow.
down.
Wow.
One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Shot from the
That
guard.
looks like a connection to me.
I never said it wasn't. You was saying, wow.
Okay, that's your implying that it was a ghost punch. Damn, up at 9. Which?
At some point in the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. Do we get back into the mix again? I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a lick it because you've got to get some before you get in close.
halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Caught him. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Why is your two walking away like that?
Unless we get some late drama, I think we all know who's won this round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Love the response, though. Got back up. Took a deep breath.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land the jab there. They exchange punches. You'd like to see more jabs. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
That uppercut doesn't land. Jab misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
Because when you talk about championship,
There's the bell for round 10. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Perfect counter shot. Couldn't land that jab. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here.
Look at the world walking.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. That uppercut just missed. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to... Let's start 11. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into a rhythm, the fight is over.
Incredible work rate. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Missing with the left uppercut. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system to a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan...
Oh my God, Johnny! Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. did they not go down?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
The jab not finding its target. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. These two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse.
Okay, I'm happy.
On to the 12th. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early line? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
His stamina is off the charts. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice job slipping that left uppercut. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
You can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
Where did that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's go! Man. Fuck, I hate these clothes. No, bro. I just fucking cry, man. Are you kidding me?